This is my video on the 5 must-have Electro Harmonix pedals. Electro Harmonix, otherwise known as EHX, are some of the oldest and most respected effects for guitar and bass. Founder Mike Matthews is crazy in all the right ways. He has a keyboard background, and I think this sort of gives him a unique perspective on sound that makes the company sort of have these really unique, fun ideas. So, since EHX made their first release with the LPB-1 or Linear Power Booster in 1969, they've continued to release distinct pedals with a very sort of signature sound and feel to them. So what's the catch? Well, EHX releases a lot of pedals and sometimes multiple versions with slight changes. So what I've tried to do here is sort through all that and just break it down. So this is my list of the 5 must-have Electro Harmonix pedals. So number one is the Micro POG. EHX rewrote the rules when the Micro POG was released. This is a smaller, more simplified version of the POG 2 and the huge Hog. These are powerful guitar synthesizers. Well, the Micro POG creates beautiful, glitch-free octave up and octave down guitar tones. They really got the first digital octave perfect, right? And this gives you everything from like celestial, choir sounds to like dark heavy metal riffs. Your users include like people like Jack White and Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age. EHX now also makes the Nano POG, which is an even smaller and less expensive version. It has a few fewer features, but all the key elements remain. This technology has also been used in the recent series of EHX pedals designed to make your guitar sound like a dedicated organ or keyboard, such as, now I'll break these down, there's the B9, which is classic Hammond organ sounds. There's the C9 for clavinet sounding tones. This is like Stevie Wonder on Superstition. There's the Key 9, which is for electronic keyboard sounds. There's the Mel 9, which is really popular. This is a Mellotron tape style keyboard. This is like Strawberry Fields Forever, that sort of keyboard sound. And I think maybe this because Mike Matthews is a keyboard guy. It's like maybe that's where these ideas come from. Number two is the soul food. So have you ever heard of a pedal called the Klon Centaur? Well, if not, it's an overdrive pedal that Bill Finnegan developed and hand-built between 1990 and 1994. The Centaur is characterized as being a transparent overdrive, meaning that it adds gain without significantly altering the tone of your guitar. So the big thing is, of course, that these old units now sell on eBay for like thousands of dollars. People go crazy for them. So there are now tons of third-party manufacturers that try to clone the original Klon, and you often see these clones running in the like $200 to $300 range. In classic sort of EHX Mike Matthews fashion, they've released their own version of this pedal, and they've priced it less than $100. The reviews are awesome on this. People love it. You're going to love it. Check it out. These are particularly great into a tube amp. If you're using solid state or modeling units, some of the wow factor may be a bit understated, but that has to do more with the type of amp you're using. If you run it into tubes, it'll really wake up your rig, and people have been raving about this pedal since the day it came out. To make things even more fun, if you want a soul food and a Micro POG in one like compact pedal, EHX makes something called the Soul POG, and that combines them literally into one pedal. It also has an effects loop, so you can actually patch your rig into the pedal and out, and sort of place your stuff in the middle or however you want to do it. Number three is the Big Muff Pi. The Big Muff is, without a doubt, one of the most famous guitar effects of all time and one of the most popular effects EHX produces. This is a darker fuzz with infinite sustain. It's become one of the signature fuzz tones for guitar alongside other classic fuzz circuits like the Fuzz Face and Tone Bender. Most famous user of this probably has to be like David Gilmour, I would say, and that's super that sort of never-ending sustain like violin sound he gets. If you only buy one EHX pedal, it's probably going to be a Big Muff. That was the first pedal I bought of theirs. I'm going to say the Big Muff with Tone Wicker is the one to check out. This is sort of a very popular option. It has a little switch that helps you adjust and control your tone to help you maybe cut through the mix a bit more, but it's not overly complicated. EHX currently produces a ton of variants on this, so I'll try to break this down. And keep in mind that these are the current versions being made and sold as of today. Gear nerds like myself know that there's been a bunch of slight alterations to the circuit over the years, and I'll save that for another video. So here we go. The Big Muff Pi. This is the big boy original, and it is a big pedal. And then there's the little Big Muff Pi. It's the original but smaller, much more pedal board friendly. Then there's the Nano Big Muff Pi. So this is the original, but now it's micro size, and this one will require a power supply. The Big Muff Pi with Tone Wicker. So this contains the wicker switch that I previously described. And then there's the Deluxe Big Muff Pi. So this is like the original reimagined with even more controls. Great if you love to tweak knobs, dial in specific tones. It's like the Wicker sort of on steroids. And then there's the Germanium Big Muff Pi. So this uses 4 germanium transistors and has the ability to divide the Big Muff into its distortion and overdrive channels independently. You can turn on one, turn on the other, you can turn on both. Number 4, the Electric Mistress. I'll try to keep this short. There's really only a handful of flangers that have ever become like the one to own, and the Electric Mistress is one of them. Besides some of the super classic tones that the Mistress has, one of them is this signature freeze feature where the flanger actually doesn't move, it remains parked. And this is really unique, super usable sound too. And if you're like me and you like modulation effects, then you know that something like a flanger can quickly ruin your tone and go haywire. But the Electric Mistress is super smooth and slippery, and it's really awesome. It's also available in various versions, and so you can probably find an Electric Mistress that sort of works with your rig and also your budget. So this is what they've got currently. So there's the Deluxe Electric Mistress XO. This is the original classic, but now in like a convenient pedal board sort of size. You can run on a 9-volt battery or on a power supply. And then there's the Stereo Electric Mistress. So this is everything you love about the original, but now with a stereo output and a chorus feature. This sounds epic. Then there's the Neo Electric Mistress. So this is now like a micro version for your pedal board. You will need, I believe you do need a power supply. Number 5, the Memory Man / Boy / Toy. So delay. Delay is one of those effects that guitar players love to hate. Everyone has a specific type of delay that they like and countless versions that they detest. Luckily for EHX, they definitely hit gold when they released the original Memory Man. This pedal and its offshoots are really loved by delay snobs. I personally will have to admit that I'm not like a huge fan of the Memory Boy on the way that its sort of sound decays. Specifically, this is on the tap tempo version. I feel like it sort of gets a little bit of a grainy ring modulation sound. This is just, hey, this is my ears. That's what I hear it. Definitely go out, try one. And if you're playing live, no one's going to even notice. But what I am a big fan of is control. And the Memory Boy and Memory Man will definitely give you options to control your sound, your tempos, your subdivisions, modulation. I really like that. In fact, there's so many controls and so many versions of these pedals that it can be actually pretty hard to figure out which is the one you should buy or even try out. So I'll try to break down the main differences between the different versions of the Memory Man, the Memory Boy, and the Memory Toy. Basically, EHX made the Memory Man, and those parts got crazy expensive, so they created something called the Memory Boy. The Memory Toy is just a more simplified version of the Memory Boy. The Stereo Memory Man is a whole new sort of digital take on this pedal to sort of bring the Memory Man into like the digital age and sort of digital controls on it. So there's the Deluxe Memory Man. This is the original. It has 550 milliseconds of delay. It has a chorus and a vibrato. This is what everyone loves, right? Then there's the Deluxe Memory Man 1100 TT. So this now adds tap tempo. It has 1100 milliseconds of delay, expression control, effects loop. You can choose from 5 tap divide subdivisions for rhythmic variations. And the expression pedal input provides real-time ability to control things like delay, feedback, depth of modulation. It has an effects loop onto the wet signal, which is really cool because you can add like a chorus or a flanger or maybe even stack in another delay to affect what the wet sound is. The 1100 TT, though, is only occasionally available due to the very difficult to find new old stock parts, which is why EHX then created the Deluxe Memory Man 550 TT. So this shares all the same features of the 1100 millisecond unit, except just has a shorter delay time of 550 milliseconds. This actually is the same spec, though, as the original Memory Man. So you're not losing features, you're just not gaining the features of the extra time. Then there's the Memory Boy with chorus and vibrato. Because of the rarity of parts, they made this new pedal which uses a different chipset. It also helps bring down the cost, making the Memory Man more affordable to everyone. It also still has the chorus and vibrato settings that made the original Memory Man so desirable. The Deluxe Memory Boy with tap tempo, so this now adds tap tempo to the Memory Boy. It has the 5-note subdivisions, it has modulation control, and you can use an expression pedal to control all of that stuff sort of on the fly. Then there's the Memory Toy, which is an analog delay on a budget, basically. This is great for super small pedal boards. The memory toy gives you 550 milliseconds of delay. It has a selectable chorus as a bonus. It's sort of a callback to like the original Memory Man in some ways. It's also a great competitor to the MXR Carbon copy, so check that out. Then there's the Stereo Memory Man with Hazarai. So first up, this is a pedal that's all digital. It contains up to 3 seconds of delay. And 3 seconds is crazy long, so this probably isn't a surprise if I also tell you it has a 30-second looper. It has the multi-tap delay, it has echo and reverse, and it has all this in stereo too. This might be the biggest departure from the original Memory Man, but it does have a lot of character. I think this pedal is sort of a little overlooked now, that there are other powerful digital delays by Strymon and Eventide, but this is a pedal you should still check out if you are looking for a unique digital delay. So what is Hazarai? Well, I dug up an interview with Mike Matthews that he gave a while back, and he says that Hazarai means all the extra stuff. You know, give me a Frank with all the Hazarai. So I think he means like a hot dog with a bunch of stuff on it. I don't know, it seems like a weird way to sell a pedal, but like I said, he's kind of a crazy dude. Speaking of crazy though, like EHX makes all these crazy experiments, and when they get it right, they really hit it out of the park, they really nail it. And we need more crazy in the guitar world, so, you know, they've been on the cutting edge, and we sort of owe them a lot for not being afraid to take risks like this. So anyways, that's my list of the 5 must-have Electro Harmonix pedals. Did I miss something? Let me know and leave a comment below. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.